What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. What's cracking, y'all? Back again with another Larry Bird reaction video. I appreciate everybody that suggested and recommended this series to me, which would be the complete compilation of Larry Bird's greatest stories told by players and legends. So part 1 is already up. Part 2, you're here now, and I will get part 3 and 4 up within the next couple days. And you can find the link to all the videos as it pertains to this series in each of the videos' description. All right, let's check it out.
Welcome to the complete collection of Larry Bird's greatest stories told by NBA players and legends, Part 2. If you have missed any of the other episodes in the series, including Part 1 of Larry Bird's greatest stories, there is a playlist link in the description and on the top right corner of your screen. If you click on that link, you will find all the episodes within the complete collection series. If you enjoy these types of videos, and if you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you guys could hit that like button. These videos do take me a long time to edit, so I'd really appreciate all the support. If you are new, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button so you stay up to date with all the new videos. Feel free to comment down below which player you would like to see next. And here's the collection of Larry Bird's greatest stories told by NBA players and legends, Part 2.
Larry Bird talked a lot of shit.
This name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes us right. Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird?
Bird tough to defend. Why? Because he looks slow as shit to me. So like, I'm missing something.
He was talking so much trash during the Dream Team, and that's how it started.
So while Larry's in the air, he's got the ball right here, and he's screaming at Chief for not setting a pick. And I'm like,
I've seen some of these. I don't know if they have extended versions or not.
Larry Bird talked a lot of shit. I like people to talk shit to me, cause it is what it is. I don't hold no grudges. I ain't got no feelings about it.
Bird talk shit like we
Let
talk.
me tell y'all something. Bird used to tell me, look here, man. I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit. He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They don't be always mentioning him. He was the shit.
Yeah.
The shit, man. He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold.
I absolutely love GP. I love Gary Payton. I could sit down and have a beer and talk with Gary Payton all day. But he right, man. Larry Bird name don't be getting mentioned when they talk about these greats. Put some respect on this man now.
I never forget driving, and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State.
Now stay tuned for Indiana State basketball with Bob Forbes live from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes us right. Bird.
Bird in the corner to Bird. Bird. Larry Bird with the ball. Larry Bird.
I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird, and Bird this, and Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made?
Bird has it, lost it, and throws it approach to Carl Nick on a breakaway, and he's got it.
I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. And
He thought Bird was black.
When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. Hey, let me tell you something. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
He's a white boy. He's a white boy.
Woo! Larry, it wasn't you know, be honest with you. The young lady that said you were her favorite player? Mine too. I love you too, Magic, but not as much as I like Bird.
Bird.
I asked him a lot of questions.
Here's the
Playing with
Kobe
Byron
one.
Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, who was great at chasing guards off the screens, and I didn't understand how to do that. I would sit with him before practice, after practice. Magic, James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, Kareem Abdul, all the Laker greats. I would always sit down and just ask them questions about certain games that I studied growing up. What actually happened there? What did you feel there? Why? You know, Bird tough to defend. Why? Because you look slow shit to me. Like I'm missing something.
When I got a chance to actually play against him, he was bigger than I thought he was, and a lot more competitive than I had given him credit for at that time.
I'm missing something. So like, tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean? And so I would always ask questions and try to learn as much as I could.
Well, he would never give up. He didn't want to quit. He was not a loser. Larry was going to do whatever it took in his power to get a win.
That competitive nature, the work ethic.
Whether it be the assist, the score, as you see right there, or the loose ball diving out of bounds for it, or that real tough, hard, aggressive word to his teammates. That's the leadership qualities that Larry provided for his ball club.
And so I would always ask questions and try to learn as much as I could. Right? No? Oh, it's a different generation. You guys probably never even seen Larry Bird play, which is... How many have seen Larry Bird play?
Hey, everybody's seen Larry Bird play.
That's not a high enough percentage. We got
work to do.
We got some work to do.
But Larry was a consummate professional because he would go out there and just play the game. And I think when you're the best that come out of that means that you're on the top. And Larry had always felt like that.
I was one of the first ones to play Larry. And I'll tell you a quick story before I ask you the question was,
cornbread.
I'm sitting there playing Larry my first game ever, and I was like everybody else. Larry comes on, I'm averaging 19 points a game before Larry gets on the team. So I'm in the arena, Larry comes into our practice facility, I give him the slow clap. Here he comes, great white hope. White hope. I'm guarding this dude, man, from about 15 feet away. He knocks down the jump shot. Now I'm working him on the offensive end because, you know, he couldn't guard me or anybody else. And he just knocking down shots. I walked out of that practice that day, the first black person I could get to. I said, you know what? That fucking white guy can play. and that was it.
These guys came in together in '81. There's Kevin, there's Larry, there's Robert. Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, they knew what each other could do. And what I did was said, okay, let's see what's happening out there. And you'd see Larry shooting a three-pointer, and then I'd call a timeout.
Called a timeout, and he diagrammed the play.
And they didn't count the three-pointer. So he's very upset with that, so I diagrammed the play. He says, heck with the play, Case. Give me the ball and tell all the rest of the guys to get out of the way. I said, shut up, Larry. I'm the coach here. Okay, all right. Then you should take the ball out and give it to Kevin, and you throw it to Larry, and everybody get the hell out of the way.
Celtics are down by 2 points, and Bird is out by the three-point line, and he's being guarded by a guy named Johnny High. And Johnny High is sort of backing away from Bird, and Bird said, hey, Johnny, you better come up and guard me a little closer.
This
I'm
was
just
on part one.
Get the ball and shoot a three, and game's over.
You know, Larry not only tells me that, he walked by the bench and says, you know, typical Bird, he's just real slow.
Yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a three on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this.
Fixing to bust a three on your guys and go home.
And, you know, Johnny High sort of smiles and laughs about it.
And I was supposed to cut off the high post and post up for a second and then go across and set a pick. Well, I came off the pick and I was wide open and I stood there waiting for the ball. I had a smaller guy to post up and Larry just waved me out of the way saying, get out of here, get out of the way.
And then true to his word, in Phoenix, he goes down before the ball is thrown in, and he's standing right in front of the Phoenix bench, and he looks at all the guys on the bench and says, I'm getting the ball, I'm going to put it in the hoop. And he says, watch my hand as I follow through.
He breaks the play.
And then the ball comes into Bird. He just turns around and shoots a perfect three.
And from that time, I learned to run Larry's play, not the coach's play.
The ball is thrown into Kevin. Kevin gets to Larry. Larry fires it up, puts a hand in the air as he.
This is on the first one, but this one has more perspectives than what was on the first part.
He continues on to the dressing room. Now that's what you call arrogance.
Bruce Hurst knew the Celtics because he was friends with Danny Ainge. They had played Major League Baseball together and against each other. He would come to practice. He knew McHale. He knew Bird. He knew Parrish. He says, those Celtics, they were so secure in their own greatness. There was none of this, who's getting more touches. They had fun. They had fun at practice, competing against each other. They knew how great they were. And this all comes out, you know, the kind of trash talking you're talking about with guys whistling. And
actually, you know Mike Saunders, the trainer of the Knicks.
Sure.
Larry was banking threes at Madison Square Garden before a game because he was getting bored. He won the three-point thing 3 years in a row and started banking them. And
banking three-pointers during warm-ups before a Knicks game, and the trainer said it was Saunders. He said,
Saunders said, you can't do that in a game. And Larry said, if you give me $5, I will. And sure enough, they get way ahead of the Knicks.
And then he banked one in at the end of a game and ran down by the bench with his palm out.
Banks a three, he runs by the Knick bench with his greedy palm extended. And where's my $5, Mike?
Love stories like that.
He was pool hustling during the games.
Absolutely love stories.
I'm
like
a hustler.
He was the legend. That's part of the legend of Larry Legend.
I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler.
Now had to be one of conference semifinals. Neek and Bird, the duel.
You and Larry Bird, playoffs, the battle, one of the most clutch moments. I remember watching it as a kid. Got me hyped. I went outside and started shooting outside the playground, pretending I was both of y'all.
I remember Bird made a prediction at the end of that game. He said, I guarantee a win. Atlanta blew their opportunity. And I'm like, hey, I don't know what Bird talking about. We have a great opportunity. We going in there. We going to kick their butt. We come to win. I don't care what he said. If you guys ain't ready to fight, you ain't ready to go to war, don't even come in the court. Unfortunately, Bird was telling his teammates the same thing in the other locker room. So it kind of set up for that great game. But I'm going to tell you, and I really believe this, the reason why Larry Bird got so hot in that game, in that fourth quarter, Kevin Willis and I and Bird was running down the court, and Kevin reaches across me and puts his finger in Larry Bird's chest, said, don't let this so-and-so score any more tonight. And I looked at Kevin, what you doing? Are you crazy?
Leave him sleep.
Let him stay asleep.
Yes.
You know, it's like his eyes got this big, and I knew it was on then. I said, I knew it was on. And when you talk about the clutch shots, he hit 10 clutch shots
I was going to say,
that game.
You had 47 in that game. Larry Bird had 34, but 20 of those in the fourth quarter. So clutch is not just the final 3 or 4 seconds of a game.
And the thing is, we
got that shot up.
Everybody at him to slow him down. He was so hot that I think one of the shots he hit was a left-handed three.
And it's Bird.
That's when you know a guy is in the zone. Larry Bird hit more clutch shots, you know, in pressure situations.
Lead to Bird off the fake. Improves his Bird cuts free and left hands it between the two of them. It's Bird's turn. Bird snaps free. Comes up with
God damn.
into Bird.
He was swarmed right there with two players.
Than any play.
I told you about each and every one, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He would call the spot.
Yeah.
You know, but he never called a spot against me. You know, that's kind of disrespect.
In this period, he has hit his last 6 field goals, and as far as Larry Bird is concerned, it's Detroit. Here we come.
Smartest player you ever played
with?
With
Dennis Johnson.
When DJ first come here, I didn't know how to react because I didn't know how he was going to play. I knew he was a great player, but I didn't know if we'd be able to get along on the court.
He seemed to be playing the game on a higher cerebral level, and nowhere was this more apparent than his on-court chemistry with Larry Bird. That's a set play off the backboard.
Oh. Whoa.
Bounces it to Bird.
That was a set play.
Whoa.
They were in sync.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
Another great feed. Dennis Johnson to Larry
Bird.
I can't tell you the number of times when he and Larry would make eye contact. Larry's guy would have his head turned, and DJ would just throw that ball right by his defender's ear, and Larry would just catch it and lay it in before the guy knew what even happened.
Smartest player you ever played with? With.
Dennis Johnson.
Best player you ever played with?
Probably Dennis Johnson. DJ, I thought, was a guy I loved to play with. He thought the same way I did, and he's pretty good.
These two had that unspoken communication on the floor, even down to one of the most famous plays in Celtic history, the Game 5 steal against the Pistons in '87, where Larry grabbed it, and DJ knew in an instant before anybody else on the floor what was happening, cut to the basket, winning lay-in from the left side. You didn't know?
In a second.
So it's appropriate that these two have their numbers displayed alongside each other.
And now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ,
I love the comment the broadcast says.
Rick, you
What a play by Bird. Bird for the steal. Bird for the pass. Oh, what a play by Bird.
I love that shit.
You played in some amazing games that you won. You played in some amazing games you lost. The one I'm going to talk to you about is a game that I thought you guys had when you had the Celtics all but beat. Because I remember you running down the sideline, punching your fist because you guys had made the steal and you thought it was over.
No, what happened was I was running down the sideline shaking my arm like because I caused the turnover.
Yes.
It was like, yeah, we got him. So I'm looking at the bench. I'm looking at Chuck Daly, and Chuck was calling timeout. But Isaiah, and we talked about this on another show, Isaiah ran. I'm usually the one taking it out to give to Isaiah, but he ran and grabbed the ball. He had, a brain fart, and he threw it in, and that's when it was like, oh, hell no.
The most vivid example of the Bird-DJ connection came in the 1987 playoffs against Detroit. It's often referred to as Bird's steal, but many still marvel at Johnson's brilliant instincts.
But that was Game 5, and we going like, what? You're looking at it. We Zeke, and we talk. It's like, Zeke, why you take the damn ball out? That's my job. That's what I do.
Stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane.
I'm trying to get the ball to you.
So I run over. We look at the bench. No timeout, nothing. So I run over and I grab the ball. And this is probably one of the most incredible plays that's ever happened against me and that probably I've ever witnessed. From an athletic standpoint, two people being in sync and Bird playing every second. And that's what the Celtics taught us, to play every second, not to play 47 and a half minutes, but to play a full 48. So I grabbed the ball from the referee. Lambier's a good foul shooter. I never had taken the ball out. That wasn't my thing, right? I throw it up. Bird sneaks in. I didn't even see him. But the thing I remember the most is that Joker. This is the out of bounds line. That Joker caught the ball, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, he going out of bounds. That dude did this, like a ballerina, right? And if you go back and you watch the play, that dude is on his toes. The baseline is right up under his toes. And in my mind, he must have stood there for about 5 seconds because everything was going in slow motion in my mind, right? And it's like, I'm like, and then it's a strange moment. I'm like, damn, how you doing that? Bird made a great steal, but DJ made a great cut. And it all happened within a split second.
As Bird is going to get it this way, he's already reacted like he's in Bird's mind that he's going to steal.
I mean, I was like, ooh, and then boom, I win.
Just as I got it, I'd seen a white jersey streaking down towards the basket, and I turned, and it was DJ, of course.
Bird steals it. Johnson, layup, Boston, 1 second left. Oh, my, this place is going crazy.
he's a big play man. He makes big plays when you need them.
Man,
Y'all, Celtic, who is that broadcaster? What was his name?
Bird the Steel. Oh, the place is going crazy. Bird.
once he stole it, it was like it took the wind out of our sail.
Was that eventually maybe the game that you said you were the most disappointed about?
I did a great defensive play on Bird, and it was like it went right off Larry, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I was excited about just I D'd him up because here's the thing. Before I D'd him up, man, Brad, I remember when I switched out on him and he yelled out, "Hey, Mayhorn, you on me?" And I hate when somebody call me Mayhorn. That looking at me with that old shiftless shit grin, and Bird went like, "You on me? Clear." I said, "All right, okay." I said, "I'm gonna get you," and that right there made me going like, "Yeah, I finally got him," because he, you know, he's a bad boy.
Yeah,
I ain't never gonna disrespect him.
So, you DJ coming down, right, with the ball. Oh, great DJ, that's good. So pass it to Larry, he's in that corner. So as you pass to Larry, my first job was to stop you first, right? Now I gotta go out and close Larry Bird out. So as I'm running out to Larry Bird, he's talking trash to me. I don't know why you running out here. Who says that in the middle of the game? He said, "I'm gonna wait till you get one step away from me and I'm gonna shoot it right in your face." No, true story. So I got one step away. He shoots it all net. 3-pointer, good. Then he turned to me and said, "You did all that running for nothing."
Savage.
Larry uses picks probably better than any players that ever played the game. And Larry was on the box, and Robert Parrish was coming down to set a pick on me. So Chief didn't throw a good pick. So while Larry's in the air, he's got the ball right here, and he's screaming at Chief for not setting the pick. And I'm like, you're screaming at a guy in the air for not setting the pick, and he makes the jumper. I'm like, I couldn't believe that.
How did you develop a great friendship with Larry Bird?
I've seen this one.
You know what? It was strange. It was ironic because I hated the Celtics growing up.
And you played in Boston.
I grew up in Boston. I didn't like the Celtics. I was a Sixers fan, and Larry and I got to be great friends during the Dream Team. And it's funny. He talks so much trash. Always talk trash. Talk trash on the phone, on the floor. It was talking so much trash during the Dream Team, and that's how it started. He's always talking trash to me, talking trash to the rest of the players. So I'm talking trash back to him. I think that story you talked about, X, I think that's one of the stories you got from me.
The story about Xavier McDaniel, is that true where Larry, after a timeout, tells X what he's going to do?
I get a charge when I tell someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
Tie game, 13 seconds to play. Celtics basketball.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play, and about that time, Larry steps in and says, "Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way?" That's Larry. And when he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, he says, "I'm getting the ball."
I said, "I know I'm going to be waiting." And he said, "I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face."
10 seconds. 5, and Bird has the basketball.
Double, boom,
Larry
wet.
Bird just phenomenal the way that
And he came out went right about that exact spot and shot a shot right in my face. And he was like, I didn't need to leave 2 seconds on the clock. He wanted to shoot it with 0 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the sideline like, damn.
Yeah, Jackie McMullen tells that one really well, which is, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then he would do all those things.
Oh,
you
Xavier Daniel?
You might have got it from me. But, you know, he always talked trash. I remember he talked trash against us, talked trash with against everyone else. But, you know, the difference is he could back it up. He could back it up. You know, I remember, you know, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, you know, a lot of my friends was like that, you know. So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, you know, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. He can, whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody.
So your guys are saying, how can you let this guy?
Oh, he's doing it on everybody.
Larry Bird, wide open.
He scored in the third and fourth quarters. Double team with Ewan coming at the side. Water.
He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah.
I would write about Maxwell getting the bag of burgers from McDonald's. He'd send the equipment guy, you know, Francis over there to get the bag of burgers, and Max would eat in front of his locker. And, you know, people wouldn't do that today, I suppose, because the diet restrictions and all that. But I used to write about that, and Larry'd say, Scoop, don't write about that. I eat just as bad as anybody in this team. He says, I hate staying in shape. When my career's over, I will be the fattest fuck you've ever seen. He says, you know, just look out below, because I'm done watching myself on this. And one time he had, late in the career when he had the bad back, he had to miss about a month, and he came back, I don't know, 7 or 10 pounds heavier. And he said, I was eating wedding cakes every day. And we said, why would you eat a wedding cake? He said, who's going to fuck up a wedding cake? He said, so he ate wedding cake. And just the way his logic, when we were on the road, he'd say something like you or I would say if we were living that life. Like, it'd get back to the bus after practice at the LA Forum, whatever. It'd say, okay, we just got through shooting baskets. Let's get in our free bus and go back to our free hotel and eat some free food. He says, boy, this life in the NBA, if you don't like this, there's something wrong with you. And again, who among us wouldn't think that way? But none of them ever say something like that.
And I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did and you would like to see a part 3, let me know down below in the comment section. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification button, and I will see you guys in the next video.
This full bird done put on some pounds after being out a month. My boy said I was eating birthday cake, son, every day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, midnight stack, birthday cake. Cause who gonna fuck up a birthday cake? Yo, I can appreciate his honesty. Like, bro, when all this is over, screw the health and fitness, man. I'm gonna be a fat mofo. I am gonna be a glutton. I'm gonna be a gluttonous mofo. Respect to the boy Larry Legend. So yeah, there were some parts in this one that they had in the first one, but they had different perspectives that weren't in the first one. So I wonder if the third one is going to kind of follow the similar transition, for lack of a better word. I don't know what word I'm looking for. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. More Larry Bird content coming. More basketball content coming. Appreciate you guys for stopping in. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the recommendation. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bird!